The PNP are behaving like the dog that eats its own pups. PNP leaders respect no boundaries. Hi everyone, it's Skywalker. Top of the morning, the day, or the night to you, wherever you are. I hope everyone is doing alright. I come to you with a strong message based on undesirable behaviors I see from the highest to the lowest ranks of the PNP, and I shudder to think that these people have no boundaries. They are like parents that see the leeches leech onto their children, and so they begin to sell these leeches, leeching spaces on their own bloodline. I used to know a dog that was called a nasty because she always ate all her puppies as soon as she gave birth. I saw that circle of that serpent feasting on its own tail, deliberately destroying the bottom from the top, like the greedy fool who burned down the family home to ashes but thought he could own it. There are people in the PNP that do not know what the word boundaries mean. They will take a chain and put around a black man's neck to the honor and joy of a white man, and then they believe that it will, in some weird way, offer them a kind of white privilege. Even if it was ever remotely possible at any time, those days are done. You already better go back to research about integrity and start practicing healthy boundaries. You you behave like prostituting Judases and you must stop it. How can you go so far that when it begins to gridlock your people's struggle for independence, you go to the side of the imperialist? Every single leader in the PNP knows what golding is about. How do I know? I know because it's obvious. How do you know that a man takes a key, opens the car door, and starts the engine is about to drive? It's obvious. How do you choose? Because of greed, you empower a man who already demonstrated that he does not want to be a Jamaican, and neither does he care about you and your problems or circumstances as a people. You choose him to make important decisions for you, and yet he is not sensitive to your cause, nor does he know your pains. He puts a chain around your brother's neck, removes his patsies from contributing to the Republican movement, and threatens to gridlock the entire thing over non issues for reasons. Yet you close your eyes and will yourselves to be the Judases. You choose the chain above your people's independence and believe that it's a little thing. Not one of you will ever forget this wickedness. You are so greedy that you respect no boundaries. You are greedy, but your reward will never fill that gap for as long as you live, and worse, when you die. You have past leaders that sowed this seed because of corruption. Now they get to sit and watch, having neither the balls, guts, nor bitter gall to call it out. They completely lost all moral authority here. They sit and watch their evil seed come to bear the evil fruit. The legacy of Satan is to experience the results of his own satanic deeds manifest upon his nation. After that will come the judgment. You are evil when you betray an entire nation. Mark Golding was not born in Jamaica and does not have what it takes to fight for us. No unpatriotic leader must rule our land. What is the reason to come here? Our independence is not important to him, and he has no reservations to scream a threat upon it in our faces, thinking that it is just a mild word. Not after all the torment your people put us through. Marky G. It is not just a sideshow. Chain man, Mark Golding. To see these comrades stand and watch with hands at their sides is literally traumatizing. This is why it is so wrong to speak about a turned back labor right or PNP. It's country, it's country over party. You vote on the issues. No good person should stand with them supporting treason, or a white British man saying we must allow a British man to sit in our parliament. How soon they all become Judases. The truth is that the sooner Mark Golding is removed from our politics, the better for all decent Jamaicans. Then we can get back to educating our children rightfully on values and attitudes. Badness should not be a choice, nor must we reward it. Mark Golding has got to go and let us bring back unity and rebuild our country. We don't want a white man to come to divide us. Not anymore. Both Labourites and PNPs were better off without him. Many comrades pulled away, not wanting any part of this wickedness, but they seem afraid to call it out. They just take themselves away and hide somewhere. Mark Golding is destructive, and his destruction cost will be higher than Finsack if we don't mind. Get rid of him. The PNP is behaving like puppets. Mark Golding's obedient sheep, they act as if they are owned. Man and woman with little or no integrity, stooping lower than the IC, stooping with the IC, stooping and pooing behind glass doors and believing that we cannot see through them. Too many Jamaicans have lost their boundaries, but soon it will separate the wheat from the tares. It's crystal clear. We, the people, will fight for what's right. They have no boundaries. They draw no lines. They sell for every crumb. They sell everything, including their souls and bottom hole for the cheapest crumb. These Judases have always been more of a shackle to us than even the shackles themselves. They hate their own and love those that hate them. We have horrible people among us that were born as a yoke around our necks. They were born like brothers and sisters to be the shame upon us. We are ashamed of them. But do these people have any shame? The answer is no. When you observe these people who look like every one of our greatest heroes, but they are not, boy, people who you should look up to will sell the bottom holes. And when it plugs, they want to unplug it through their ribs. They look, no, the entire body will suffer. That's how they treat their people for strangers, selling out the lowest way for the lowest pay. Just fibos and style and broad off on a foot and turn and say, hey, like girl, over on superficial purpose in life. Harlot for funky bell and balai. Judas on sick me. Even the hardest criminal must have boundaries and lines that you don't cross. There has to be some semblance of honor somewhere when you are human. But these PNP Judas leaders, they already took so much to loot, but then they destroyed their own party to join the imperialist chain man and become a part of his chain gang. But that was not enough. They want to corrupt the citizens by endorsing criminality. They want to treat women like the ancient Germanic warmongering type did, saying that if they deleted a woman, it was not a sin. While they lie about Andrew Holness, people cry for justice for Melissa. Woman hating evil was not our culture. Yet, woman traitors give brutal chauvinistics their thumbs up. Just as children of slaves shove the heads of their children into the shackles of the imperialist chain man who sabotages our nation's freedom journey. The uncaring British man, a slave master, is given by slaves to rule the slaves, forced upon this nation by Comrade Judases. The PNP leadership has gone insane. They want to start a war between the JLP and the PNP, bringing their supporters out to cross black paths and taunt. Yeah, I've seen it. They want to start a war between the natural people and the LGBTQ in order to control the population through chaos. I've heard it. So they have all their fisheries counterparts attacking straight people all over the internet. Yes, they have their fisheries counterparts attacking straight people all across the internet. They have no boundaries at all. They put the woman's child on their arm and on their blog and say that this child is deleted or was deleted. A threat on the life of a child with their fisheries crew. They have no boundaries. They go abroad to make mischief for treasonous reasons. They commit treason against a ruling prime minister of Jamaica. I don't matter who the man in power. He represents the people of Jamaica and you have no boundaries. You go a warring for everything, following your leader like he is Jesus Christ. And this leader going around with a chain, a white man born in Britain who has no respect for you, who tells you to sabotage your own, but you agree. You have no boundaries. I stopped working with the likes of you. Many boundaries are gone, where integral lines were drawn. You have no integrity. You curse yourself, and I will not be a part of your coven. The evil demons you have become. You are evil, all of you. And this is directed more at the ones of you that walk with the British chain man at the top than at the ignorant little barber sheep of a comrade at the bottom who don't know if sugar is sweet, but believe when you tell him that SHIT spells sugar. They will not be ashamed, for they are too ignorant to see the shame. You will not be ashamed, although you perform shamefully, because you are toxic, like the soulless Dracula sucking the blood out of your own children. You will answer to a higher power, knowing the gravity of what you do, like harlots for funky bells and ballet. How can you sell out your people, including your own children, desperate for independence in an age where the ones at the bottom have a chance to go to the top? Haven't your people suffered enough? How far will you go? You have neither boundaries nor integrity, and it is so clear, beyond the shadow of a doubt, this evil thing you do will bring you no joy. Not one of you will find joy in it. My people, it's time to call it out without fear or favor, and no matter who the guy, because we are strapped for choices under the white man's umbrella. Our freedom is precious to us and our salvation in our own hands because we know it's country over politics. They sold out the PNP for Rise United and we gave them the benefit of the doubt. But when they come to gridlock our independence process to sell Jamaica to Britain for the benefit of one chain bearing white man from slave owning legacy. We have to rise up, put this spoke into the wheel, and call out Marky British and the chain gang, Judas puppets. Think on these things, my people. Peace out.